versus the Western. Traditional giants coming up at crossroads of seeing who will return for the national semi-finals next week. Gospel High School. The word is the truth, they say. They've traveled 3 hours from the Central Division in the capital in Suva to be here. Bar Methodist High School, same to also familiar with this kind of playing territory. Just an hour from the Tavua ground. So it's the homeboys, Bar Methodist High School, playing with the hopes of carrying the under-17s back to the semi-finals. There's been a lot of actions, there's a lot of thrills and spills that we've seen so far. As we're now the curtain raiser, if you could, for the Dean's under-18 quarterfinals, the 2 under-18 quarterfinals coming up after this. A fantastic decision by Fiji Secondary Schools Rugby Union and also the sponsors, Vodafone, to be able to stage the national quarterfinals in 4 venues, the first ever time. The referee looks at his clock and he gets this underway. 35 minutes its way. Gospel High School kicks it towards Bar Methodist. So Bar Methodist, interesting sidekick from Pio Tuai, the namesake of the former Fiji Sevens forward. Pio Tuai also just played for Bar Rugby Union just recently. Gospel. Take it out very quickly. Good hands from Daya. Quick hands, but spilled by Ratu Etuweni, the flanker. As we'll take a look at the first scrum for this game. A chance for a set piece for Bar Methodist High School. The quick hands just did not stick. Bar Methodist High School just recently signed an MOU with Bar Rugby Union. So exchange of resources and personnel between the two. Bar Methodist High School, a feeder school to Bar Rugby Union, who were just held 26-24 by Suva Rugby Union in round 1 of the Skipper Cup last week. So the scrum feed in. Pio Tuai must be watched by his namesake, and a big scrum from Gospel High School. And they asking early questions early in this game. So Bar Methodist pinned inside their pocket. So comes out in a Gospel side, and that's down to the grubber, Daya. That wasn't a bad option. And it's got down to the touch. And the first line-out throw-in for a set-piece play from Bar Methodist. So the Bar Methodist, the visiting team here in Tavua College. So they get the first line-out throw. They play with a short line-out. Ratukini finds the mark, well taken by Naisau. Well, the size is differing between the two, as Bar Methodist now have to work from deep inside their own territory. It's judged down. Judged down. Gospel just may get the try, but it's cleared. Gathered by Bar Methodist. Well, Bar Methodist playing with fire early, as Gospel High School making use of the territory as much as the possession. So here's the dropout. Well, it's quite messy. Mairara. That's going to bounce and stays into touch. That's not bad. So Bar Methodist plays it. The counter ruck. Pio Tuai, the halfback, clears it. Now Gospel. They look towards the left. Very good hands, and pick very quickly is a flanker, Ratu Etuweni. Etuweni. It's a dangerous tackle from Bar Methodist. Referee plays it on. Kelepi. Short hands to the back rower, Riley. Kelepi once again. Quick hands. This is very good set piece. Asaeli Fisaitu left the ball behind, picked up by the blind side Epi. Drunguna Levu. Gospel. Very quick hands. And the composure. Thangi. Very interesting tactic from Gospel to play on the chip when they had the momentum going all for them. Nevertheless, Bar Methodist find themselves in familiar territory again on the 5-meter. So the clearance from Apolosi Ngoro. Drops for Ephraim Seru. Seru has got space and is on overlap. Urai Maira. One more man on the outside, Ratu Etueni. Stopped short by the urgent defense from Gospel, from Bar Methodist. Seru. Now the drive. Referee says, yes, it's knocked forward. So firm defense from Bar Methodist, holding firm. And let's take a look at this again. Ratu Etueni Tangi Vetawa. Well, it was moments back that we wanted to see that replay. So the scrum just inside. The last time we saw Gospel High School had a massive scrum. So this is the second scrum, but Bar Methodist were able to just pull it out, channel it through the hooker. This is an opportunity to turn over possession from Gospel. Gospel with another big scrum. Big scrum, they need to use it, Bar Methodist. And that's a great shot from the drone. So Gospel, Mairara opting for the drop goal. And there was no advantage play, or was there? And an offside call. So it was Kelepi Thangi. That's not a bad option. So that's a picturesque, the first shot that we get of beautiful Tavua, which is a farming area here in the capital, out of the capital of Suva in Fiji. Beautiful agricultural background in Tavua, very famous for harvesting sugar. And a big contributor to the Fijian economy in sugar, hosting one of the 4 venues of the National Dean's Quarters in Fiji. So Gospel regathers with 6 minutes on the clock, still a scoreless affair. Thangi. Quick hands. Thangi again looking to his fly half pair of Daya. Gathered very quickly. Now the hooker gets involved. Salombo. Now they get the quick hands. The winger comes in. Langingalulu. Thangi comes quickly. Oh, and it's dropped by Viliame. It always, they say, defense wins games. And that just may be the turning point of this game. That was a very good pass and a cruel fate there from Viliame Modevakada. Just not able to, and he knows it. So the scrum has been tested early as Gospel High School has got a very formidable 8-man scrum. Look at numbers, and you can hear the Bar Methodist High School cheering squad so come out in busloads to Tavua. So there's a substitution that's gone off the field. It's the fullback for Bar Methodist, Aporosa Rangata. He's off the field of play. So there's a substitute that has come onto the field. So let's take a look at that replay again. Here's the quick hands. This is where they created the numbers, the sizes in advantage for Gospel. Got the numbers on the outside. But I tell you, it's the cover defense that worked well from Bar Methodist High School. The cover defense just before that knock-on took his eye off the ball, William Modevakata. So the scrum feed in and a big one again from Gospel as Bar Methodist gets it out very quickly. Ball has gone loose. Gathered very quickly. That was a prop. Yes, it was. From Doughty. Somehow they're able to get it out. Now Bar Methodist on the outside. It's the winger, Anasa Natonga. Clearing shot. Regathered by Langi Galulu. Galulu took his opposite number, floored him, Anasa Natonga. Gospel. Lining up again, the number 8, Ralakuta. Vangi. Short hands, and this is very good work from Gospel. They got numbers. Do they use it? Yes, they do. It's the fullback, Uraya Mairara. There's no cover defense at the back. Mairara is alone. He'll score this. Yes, he does. An individual effort. Uraya Mairara stepped it down on the toes, chased it on, and he's got the first try. In the 10th minute, Gospel go up first on the scoreboard. Watch this. Now you can't teach this. Sublime from Uraya Mairara. Because he had to work that all by himself, as he took it all the way back from halfway. And that is star performance. That is star performance from Uraya Mairara for that opening try. So in the 10th minute, Gospel go up first, 5 points to nil with that conversion to come. So Mairara now to kick his own conversion. It looks good, just doesn't curl it in. So the try scorer misses his conversion. The score remains 5 points to nil. But Uraya Mairara, I tell you, this for me is the try of the weekend so far. He is going to be seen on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, not for this try, but it's the finish, I got to tell you. It's that bow and arrow finish, which everybody will talk about. Down he goes and bang! Every Kachi rugby player is going to looking forward to that later. Now the restart. Taniela Kunarara restarts it from Bar Methodist High School. Gospel asking early questions of the Western team, Bar Methodist. So an early penalty. So the man of the moment, Mairara, to kick out for touch. So it finds it just on the 22. So this is where the penalty came. Tekla did not roll away. He was caught inside the traffic. So before Mairara got the throw out. And another fantastic shot from the drone and taken very well out of the skies by Gospel. And the rolling ball. Here we go. Still going. Still going. Now Gospel gathers from the back to hooker. Salambombo. That's Salombo rather. Here's the set piece play. Bar Methodist is very late up to the defense. Mairara to his winger, Galulu. Put it on the toe. Galulu on the chase. Bar Methodist regathers at the back, and that's going to be a full out. And that's a mistake from Bar Methodist. And it's the mistakes that's going to turn the tides. And that's the second crucial mistake by Bar Methodist that now sees Gospel using a territory inside the 22. Let's watch this again. There's the chase from Galulu. He forced that error and to the side of the scrum. And that is a forced error from Lalingalulu as a throw-in. Taken well again, just on the mark, now of the rolling maul. Now Gospel forwards get to work. At the back is Riley Ralakuta. Oh, it's a penalty. And they have shepherding. 14 minutes gone. So halfway through this first half. And Bar Methodist find themselves again just deflaming the Gospel attack. Ratukini for the throw-in from Bar Methodist. They opting for the short line out so they can commit more runners in the set piece play. Uncontested and taken well by Bar Methodist. Pio Tuai was at halfback, taken by the flanker Ratu Osia Naula. Naula still going after the 50. Pio Tuai. The locks, Chone Naisau. Tuai goes on the short side to Tevita Ratava. Referee playing advantage. Tuai looks back to the big man, Vakalolo. Strong defense from Gospel. And the referee says penalty on halfway. And he signals the warning to Isoa Tavite. So back chatting. And the referee punishes Gospel, who'll need to remain calm and composed. Daniela Kunarara, this is the furthest that we've seen Bar Methodist get out of their half, and it's their first time out of jail. So they'll get to play the set piece of the line out just outside the 22. And this is the furthest way we've seen them. So the line out throw in from Ratukini Sokuru. Sokuru. Uncontested, but the jump from Chone Naisau risky. He didn't have anyone beneath it. Nevertheless, Bar Methodist will go the flanker, Ratava. Pio Tuai looking for the ball, the halfback. Does he get it out? Big counter-rucking from Gospel. And it's another penalty. So they have the option to kick it, or they can play the line out. This is territory from Bar Methodist that they need to use. Let's see what the call is here. A kick for the upright. 50-50, considering the chances that they have. So let's see what the call is here from Bar Methodist. There's been no signal yet from the Bar Methodist captain. Finally, yes. So the playmaker has got his headgear out and he's signaling for the uprights. And that's a good call. That is a good call from Bar Methodist. So let's take a look at that again. It was a big drive from Ratava, the blindside flanker. The counter-rucking from here. That's where the obstruction went. Gospel showing a bit of muscle, but they've awarded a penalty, and this is a chance from Bar Methodist High School. So he's got the seconds counting, and he'll need to use it. Regardless of the weather conditions, the wind, he'll still have to use it. So he runs it very quickly, and he's just lost a very good opportunity. So the score remains 5-0. Mairara. The fullback drops it out, but straight into the winger, Anasa. Anasa. So Piotuai comes out with the ball. The short hands from Bar Methodist. The prop, Doughty. Tuai. Linking with Vakalolo. Tuai again. The short side to Naisau. Tuai gets the ball out. The counter-rucking not as much this time. That's a very good high ball. The chase beneath it. Big hit from Bar Methodist. The hooker, Ratukini, running like a winger. And it's a penalty from Gospel. Penalty for Gospel in the 20th minute. And they have done very well. For the last 5 minutes, they have defended with venom to defuse everything that Bar Methodist, for the first time, when they came out of their 50, the moment they came out of their 50, Gospel High School have defended their territory and turned it over. And this was a great big hit from Ratukini Dokana Singa Saukuru. So it's a line-out throw-in for Gospel. And there's a bit of word that's happening here from the referee. There he is. He's talking with his AR. It's just his comms that they're tending to. And that's Tevita Rokovereni, Fiji's top referee in black, just offering it to him. And that's the standard that the top Fiji referee, Rokovereni, hails from Tailevu. He came up through this channel. Once he used to be a young referee, and here he is mentoring all the upcoming referee. Gospel with the throw-in, taken very well by Tangivetawa. Well, Bar Methodist defense was very slow off the blocks. So Gospel have chance to run out this set piece. This is very good. Mairara, backhand pass that was risky. Time tackle from the back from Taindrandra of Bar Methodist. And that's knocked forward. Pressure ball and turned over by Bar Methodist. That was very good covering defense from here. And watch the time tackle. There you go, bang from number 14. Semisi Sasai Taindrandra of Bar Methodist High School. Ball or nothing, ball and all, to stop that attack from Gospel. So everybody gets a golden view here at Tavua. Whether you pay a ticket, coming through the gate, or climbing up the branches, everyone gets a golden view. Turning over the possession, Piotuai in number 9. Certainly playing under the shadow of his namesake, Piotuai from Sorokomba in Ba. Now the number 8, Manoa Vuleka. Tuai, short hands to Aisake. Tuai recycles very quickly. Mainayavu. Now they straighten up the winger. Anasa. This is constructive play from Bar Methodist. Manayavu, short hands and knock forward. Gospel again have turned defense into attack. The second consecutive time that their defense is holding up well, and they are paying dividends. Bar Methodist is unable to convert attack into points so far. A missed conversion, and it's making a lot of hard work not paying off. Penalty. So the opportunities continue to stack from Bar Methodist, who are not able to convert that into points on the scoreboard. 24 minutes. So here's the turnover again. They were late to the party. And that's Rugby 101. Never, ever take the ball towards an open side flanker. And Ratu Osea Naula of Bar Methodist proved it right there. So Ratu Kini of Bar Methodist now for the throw-in. This is the closest they've got again. What can they do from this point? Pio Tuai, stepping like his namesake. He had a smirk on his face. Tuai once again. Now they run it at midfield. They've got one number on the outside. Here's an overlap. Taken by the substitute winger, Apollo Singoro, and turned over. Now Gospel. They've got a breakaway. Here's the fullback, Uraya Mairara. The last time he did this, he got that try. But he's taken out late. Turned over. But the referee is going to have to look to his AR2. Let's take a look here. He's looking to his assistant referee too. Was it played on, or is he going to go back to that late charge? Number 10 is being called out. It's number 4. Well, he's checking for his card. This is going to be a yellow card. For two things. A late tackle and what's possibly a try on the other side. If the play was continued, let's see what the call is here. Number 14, yellow card and advantage play. Bar Methodist. Let's watch this again. They knew how deadly he was because he scored a try like this last time. And they've taken out the... Well, it looked like it was number 6, but they've yellow carded number 14. Nevertheless, Gospel plays it on. That's a high tackle. Gospel continues, and it's a try. Yes, they do. They finally get the try. And Gospel extend into double digits, 10 points to 0. And what is held out for them is patience and tenacity. There you go. The pick and the drive and the score. And Gospel, a very sound defensive team. They had simply diffused everything. Then Bar Methodist threw at them. Bar Methodist were in their half for 3 times. Majority territory of this first half has been in the favor of Bar Methodist, just not able to convert it in the scoreboard. Gospel turning defense into attack, converting that into points. That has what has worked out well for them. 10 points to 0 with a conversion to come. That looks good. And it counts. 12 points to 0. And the drive from the number 8, Ralakuta, down. Bar Methodist stopped for a moment there. They knew it was a high tackle. And then the pick and drive. But again, it's the lack of urgency from Bar Methodist defense, who are watching rugby at the moment. That is hurting them. Gospel High School playing with so much venom right now, leading 12 points to 10. So 28 minutes. Gospel. Vangi. Clear it from the back. And full out. So this is gifted territory from Bar Methodist High School. They have missed 1 kickable penalty and also 2 probable tries that has just gone begging. So the line-out throw, it's 50-50, but taken by Vakalolo from Bar Methodist. Pio Tuai scrambling for the ball, gets the open side flanker, Ratu Osia. Double tackle, he's driven backwards, Tuai. Very interesting tactic, a high ball, and it's marked by Gospel High School. Very interesting tactic, again, Bar Methodist turning over possession by themselves. And Gospel will gladly take that possession and kick it out of trouble. Tuai returning the kick. Tukula. That's a very good place kick, and he's still chasing Tukula. Off the bounce of the ball, rather that was the inside for Saitu. So close. Penalty. That looked like a high. No flag from the AR2. Yes, it is. Concussion call from the referee. And this is priority at the top of the list for the referees. If any indication of head injury or concussion, they will not be tolerating that. And they will need to call in the substitution. So the medics now making that decision while Bar Methodist take a knee. 12-0. The visitors Gospel High School leading the home team here at Gavay Park. The Heron State watch eagerly as they will be featuring in the Dean's Under-18 quarterfinal later this afternoon. We're 2 games away to that big match. So the substitute is being called by the referee. The substitute, replacement, Josiah Turanga. So Josiah Turanga onto the field of play. So he'll come in as substitute. "32 minutes." Scoreboard leaning towards Gospel High School. Territory in favor of Bar Methodist, possession in favor of Gospel High School. So it's been a while since we've seen a scrum. Bar Methodist has smartly played out of this territory, this area of the game. Gospel ready to engage as they have dominated each and every scrum so far. A defensive scrum for Gospel High School, who have turned over most of the scrum, but they have not been able to gain that possession because Bar Methodist have smartly channeled the ball out, and it's a quick ball from Bar Methodist. Now they run it out wide. So the winger, Anasa Nautonga, down on the 10. Osea Nangamu. A bit of a kick on the heels, and the crowd certainly love that. Tuai looks left, looks right, hesitant. A bit of delayed and extra numbers. The flanker, Tevita Unge, and that's a penalty. Referee calls out a high tackle, and it's the number 10. Well, this is a clinical penalty right here, and it's William Dyer who's going to be sent to the sin bin. There you go. A forced error from the blindside flanker, Tevita Ratava. And Dyer is off the field. So he's the talisman for Gospel, which will mean that Kelepi Dangi is likely going to move in at first receiver. So into the final minute. And this should be the last opportunity from Bar Methodist. A try here will put them right back into this game. Ratukini with an important task of making sure the line-out throw reaches his jumpers in Chone, Naisau, and Peniasem Balambala. Ratukini. Tapped away from Gospel. It's not a knock-on. Referee playing out on, it's turned over to Wai. Sends it out to Apollos in Goro. Goro. Now the extra numbers for the winger. Anasana Tonga. Another try-saving tackle there from Gospel. What a storyline for Gospel. Such a defensive lineout. They have stopped everything that Bar Methodist have thrown at them. So the hooter should be sounding soon. Ratukini, the hooker. Now the forwards get to work. So the pick and drive, have they got the numbers? Referee's right there in front of the chalk. Peniasim Balambala. Picking and he stretches over, he's got it. He's got it. Bar Methodist High School, after so much work, they finally got up on the scoreboard and they trailed Gospel High School 12 points to 5. There's the hard work. Lined up himself very well, Peniasim Balambala. And all he had to do was just stretch out. And he's got an all-important try. So the conversion also will be equally important. 12 points to 5. Taniela Kunarara. His first opportunity at the uprights. The last time was a penalty, this time a conversion. Low and flat. And he's missed it. So he's missed it at the halftime. It's Gospel, the visitors, leading Bar Methodist 12-5. Bar Methodist scoring just on the dead at halftime through their try. Actually, it was number 6, Tevita Ratava, who was the try scorer. 12 points to 5. What a fantastic first half that we just saw. And Gospel High School, the defense has been the telling of their story. They have diffused almost everything that Bar Methodist threw at them. The size difference is telling. Gospel High School has that advantage, but the heart is showing from Bar Methodist High School. The home team here in the West, defending against the grit and the grind of the team from the South. So 12 points to 5. And those kind of possession is going to matter, and it will decide which direction that the tide will turn here in the second half. So Bar Methodist gets the ball out. That was the try scorer. Just at halftime, Ratu Esea Naula. Pure Tuai, the halfback in number 9. And that's a penalty. So Tuai takes very quickly, links with the try scorer, Naula. Naula still driving. He's still going. The winger, Semi, comes in at halfback. Tuai, quick hands, Anasa. The ball is left back, picked up by Seruvi. On the outside, and numbers out at the winger. Anasa Natonga goes over for the second try. What a fantastic start from Bar Methodist here in the second half. Back-to-back tries in a space of only 10 minutes. Look at this overlap again. Very good move from the big man, Vakalolo, to commit the numbers from Bar Methodist before spreading it out wide and the extra numbers. And the try from the winger, Anasa Nautonga, Vulai Tiniara, to score that try just at the turn of the tide. So 12 points to 10 with a conversion to come. Well, this is becoming a very interesting affair. Gospel scored 12 unanswered points, only to allow Bar Methodist to creep back 10 points. Number 18 from Bar Methodist, Seruvi Vakalolo. This is playing inside the defense. He took out 3 defenders, then the hooker, Ratukini, before they unleashed the winger, Anasa Natonga. Not too long ago, the brothers of Chosue Tuisova, the cousins with Pio Tuai, all played from Bar Methodist High School before being plucked from this very ground to feature for the Fiji Sevens team. And then later the Flying Fijians, and before earning professional contracts overseas. Well, it was not just long ago. Remember that very clearly, when those brothers were barely 16 and 17 like here, and a young 17-year-old barely going on to 18, Chosua Tuisova, later became the bus Tuisova. Featured as the youngest rover to play in the Fiji Sevens team at 18 years of age, apart from Semi Randrandra. So the throw in. So Gospel will have a bit of breathing space. Kelepi Thangi to feed in. So scrum feed in just to the corner towards the grandstand side. The winger for Gospel High School, Galulu, is placed right at the base of the scrum. So too with Uraya Mairara, who scored what I feel is the try of the round so far. And a big scrum brought out by Thangi. It's a bit shaky. Now set piece. Straightening up is Tukula. Thangi brings it back out. Turning around, the fullback, Mairara, who scored a fantastic opening try in the first half. Thangi gets the ball out, short hands, Modevakata. Dangi, he's inside center. Fesaitu straightens up, clipped on the feet. Tukula looking to Ratu Etueni, still going. Support is a bit slow. Dangi now straightens everyone up. The hooker, Salombo. And penalty, and Bar Methodist. Well, they really didn't do much. There wasn't really much happening there for Gospel. And standing and drifting defense working for Bar Methodist. Kunarara. That's a very good clearing kick. Take him on the 10. So very flat work from Gospel. And you can tell the body language is lagging for Gospel right now. So the sun, it's a midday sun right here at Tavu's Ratu Thakambau Park. So the conditions are calm and cool, but the conditions can work against you if you're not used to these conditions. And Bar Methodist play in this kind of territory all the time. Here's an inside pass. They bring in the outside flanker, combining with the winger, Ratukini. That's played on. Naisau. The loose headlock. Tainrandra, the winger. Tuai. Now linking his forwards. Balambala. Tuai once again. Short hands. That's a rugby league pass. Now Bar Methodist get to work. Balambala, the lock. Tuai. Oh, that's a dangerous tackle. But it's fine. Tuai links up with Ngoro. Tuai, he's been busy. Manayavu. The ball comes out. Vakalolo. Vakalolo has been committed in all breaks down. Tuai, he's got a very strong, flat left and right pass. That has been his advantage in this game. Able to find the mark every time or against. There he goes again. Finding Ratava, the try scorer just before halftime. Back row, Vuleka. Balambala. And knock forward. So on the 42nd mark, substitute for Gospel. So let's take a look at that again. Ratava, the try scorer. And it just takes that blink of that eye to turn over. And Bar Methodist feeling that turnover possession. So now here's another scrum. Just see the difference in size between Gospel High School's front row in itself. But it has not caused much stir from Bar Methodist. Bar Methodist have a very good understanding in the channeling of the ball between the hooker and the second row, the locks. They're able to churn the ball. Gospel, now they bring it out well. Daya. Beneath it, that was Manayavu, the prop. He's marked by Daya. Backhand pass that looked bit forward. So regathered by Tuai. Kunarara now clears it, but it still stays in touch. Ephraim Seru. Big hit coming in from Gospels. A defense that was Josiah Turanga. Clearing kick that hangs high and heavy. Oh, just knocked forward. Missed opportunity from Vakalolo from Bar Methodist, who was beneath it. So let's take a look at that again. So this would have been, had number 18, Seruvi Vakalolo, caught that ball. So Gospel, after conceding a try in the first half, one try only so far. Well, it's a story of two halves. 12 points scored by Gospel in the first half, 10 points scored by Bar Methodist in the second half. So Gospel, Salombo, misses the mark. Bar Methodist, now they come away with it. Tuai, deep inside the territory. Kunarara will have to clear. Daniela Kunarara. 9 more minutes to go. So for the throw-in, Ratukini. Ratukini, a bit of delay. Oh, they don't find the mark and regathered by the very hard-working prop, Tavite. Now Gospel, they straighten up. Fesaitu, the big-time tackle from Goro that stopped them short in their tracks. Very impressive tackle. That's a rugby league tackle right there. And he's been busy. That man has been busy, number 21. Watch that again, bang! So the scrum from Bar Methodist, they've managed to hold on to that scrum and get the ball channeling out, as Pio Tuai has the daunting task of communicating it to his 8-man pack. Pio Tuai, watch how quick the hooker gets it out, and once again Bar Methodist somehow, some way, they're just able to get that ball despite the very strong scrum from Gospel High School. So Tuai, Kunarara, oh, that's the substitute. Goro. Tuai. Short hands. That's very good stuff. Banuve. Still going, and the winger. That's number 21 on the far end, Goro. Now picked up. Kept inside the touch, and the flag goes up. So that was the 50-50 pass. And Bar Methodist, after scoring those two unconverted tries, have turned the tides on Gospel, who had a very strong start. Substitution from Gospel. For the line-out throw. It's still a two-point game. Two-point game, it can go any way. Taken very well Now Gospel. They straighten up and they go to work. Vangi gets it out and looking to the back. Gathered by Doughty. Doughty, tit for tat. Looking for the error because in a 2-point game, understanding how this works is very crucial. Gathered by Salvo. Down on the 10, picked up by Gospel. They need to be careful. This is a kickable penalty. The 2-point difference, they won't take it. Bar Methodist, now there's a run away from the open side. Flanker! Oh, this is a decisive try. Ratu Osea Naula. He has been toiling. He has been toiling the entire afternoon. He's what you call the perfect off-ball man. And that is what happens when you are super fit like Naula. Look at this, an individual try. That one rare moment that Gospel turned their back. And they had done that a few times so far. Naula pounced on it and he ran away like he stole it. What a try. How important was that try from Naula with the conversion? Changing the scoreboard after trailing 12 points to nil. Now they lead 15 points to nil. This is basics rugby 101. Never turn your back to the enemy. And Ratu Osea Nayangamu Naula. He's got the makings of a 7th player to start with. Versatile and very aware. Well, at first I said it, that Uraya Mairara, the fullback for Gospel High School, had the try of this weekend. But it's going to be between Nairara and Naula for the try of the round. Now it's a 3-point game, just like that Gospel High School. After scoring 12 unanswered points, now concede 17 unanswered points. What a differing dynamic between these two. So Gospel, deep inside the territory. A penalty will not be enough. A try will not be enough. Well, a try will give Gospel the favor. The win if they tire it into full time at 17 points all. That's how we're seeing the match right now. But Bar Methodist, after a very slow start, have just come like a phoenix out of the fire in this game. Salombo. You can see the shadows on the ground. The sun hangs high and heavy here. It's a different atmosphere for the teams that's coming in from Suva. It'll take a bit of getting used to. And the referee has had to look to his assistant, who's confirmed it's not a straight throw. Time now running out against Gospel High School. Well, I tell you something. Whatever was said at halftime during that break is working. Because the strategy turned in favor of Bar Methodist. So the halftime pep talk turned over. Possession. Gospel. Ratu. Now they go to work. Vangi. Short hands, the lock, Viliame, Mode Vakada. They need to work the ball very quickly in order to make out the extra numbers. Knock forward. They were watching out for the man in number 21. The homing missile of Bar Methodist High School has just been a sore thumb for Gospel High School. Apolosi Dokulangoro. If this young man gets a call-up from any NRL club after this, I will not be surprised. He's thrown his body throughout the entire pitch this afternoon. And he caused utter disruption for Gospel High School. And he runs like Lepani Botia. He's a Lepani Botia in the making. So there is just a lot of hesitancy in the Gospel backline. Compliments of Apolosi Thokulangoro in number 21 of Mba Methodist High School. Well, he doesn't wait for the ball to come to him. He comes to the ball as the scrum feeding now on the 55-minute mark. 3 minutes, 5 points is still a close game. Before it was 2 points in favor of Gospel. Now it's 5 points in favor of Mba Methodist. A big scrum again and very quickly channeled out so smoothly by Mba Methodist. Backhand pass, and that's a crucial mistake from number 20. Elia Sauvo needs to keep his head screwed straight on his shoulders. This is the time not to play this kind of rugby. Look at that. Young man, you are not pure tuai. Such a dangerous time to be playing with fire. Gospel High School with a strong forward back have every chance of winning this scrum. It's now to the back line unless the honing missile of number 21, Apolosi Thokulangoro of Mba Methodist High School has something to do with it. Oh, there's a turn of the scrum. Here we go. Gospel High School avoiding the number 21 by Methodist. They've turned it back inside. Gospel, now they get to work. Short hands. Fesaitu. Tunavambea. Now they're calling the numbers. They're trying to get a rolling maul going here. Now the forwards get to work. Tavit is also there. Gospel driving. Are they over the try line? The numbers are there. Short hands. Mba Methodist defending with all their might. The short hands. Peer to eye sells the dummy. Well, actually, it was number 10. He's got the try. Mba Methodist Daniela Kunarara. It was William Medaya. Yes, he was. What a fantastic dummy. And he has redeemed himself after getting the yellow card. This you cannot do in crunch time, and you can't teach that. What a try. William Medaya, after being sent off for 10 minutes, he's redeemed his name to score a very important try. And they come back into the lead. The lead changes for the second time. 15 points to 12. Well, tied, rather, that's 17 all. The conversion is gonna be important now. No problems. He tucks it over. Let's take a look at this again. It's like a young Stephen Larkin of the Wallabies selling a dummy in the Tri-Nations. Fantastic. William Medaya. That's a star in the making right there again. To be able to conjure up that kind of composure in crunch time when his backline was all ready and to take it all on his shoulders, amazing. So 19 points to 17. Gospel, after giving the lead to Mba Methodist, now are back in the driver's seat. A line out throw. Ratukini has found the mark every time in his line-out throw. The jumpers of Naisau. There he is again. Naisau off his fingertips. That's a knock-on. Picked up by Gospel. Now they got the short hands. Extra numbers out wide. So over the top. A bit of miscommunication from Bar Methodist. They've allowed it to bounce. Very dangerous grounds they're playing in. Picked up by Banuve. That was Pio Tuai. Playing it halfback very well, linking it up. Oh, picked up and turned over by Gospel. Knock forward. Ratu Etueni, Tangi Vetawa. Knock forward it. They were pouncing the Lucies. So into the final 9 minutes of what has been a seesaw game between a Western and a Southern team. It has been everything the crowd expected in a national quarterfinal. So this can go either way. So Bar Methodist regather. Naula, the try scorer. So they bring it back. The clock now bleeding in favor of Bar Methodist against Gospel High School. So it's a defensive scrum just outside the 10. Pio Tuai has played a man of the match. Despite not scoring any try, he has been the link and he has been the foundation of the Bar Methodist team. He has commanded and he has communicated the backline and the forwards so well this afternoon. Watch this. A commanding scrum like Gospel, but they're still able to get out the scrum like that. Not many teams can do that. So Pio Tuai, penalty. 7 minutes to go. Bar Methodist scratching their way out of their half. Taniela Kunarara now to gain some territory. There's the step again. Here's the infringement. Tekla not rolling away. And a penalty. So a line-out throw-in at halfway. Ratukini Sokuru for the throw-in. Interrupted by Gospel, but regathered by Vakalolo on Bar Methodist. Now Bar Methodist, the backline, they've got overlapping numbers. Still going. So they regather, they've seen the numbers. Here's the hard-working Goro. They're marking him as much as they're marking, he's marking them. Pio Tuai recycling very quickly. Naula straightening up, Tuai. Naisau, big tackle from Gospel. Now they have to scramble back. Six minutes. Salvo. Elias Salvo. Tuai. Naula. Very good hands, and here comes Bar Methodist. There's extra numbers on the outside. He gets it out to Goro. Goro. Kunarara. Banuve. Oh, knocked on by Kunarara. A very uncharacteristic mistake. And how decisive will that knock forward be for Bar Methodist, who are trailing 2 points on the scoreboard? After so much work, and this was so uncharacteristic of Bar Methodist, especially Kunarara. He's had a game of his life so far. Well, so a defensive scrum for Gospel. 4 minutes separates these two teams to decide which team returns next week in the national semi-finals. Time running out from Bar Methodist, who have had one of the best comebacks so far this season. 4 minutes to go. Tuai. Linking to the winger, Anasa. They're down 2 points. A penalty is an option. Short hands. Bar Methodist remaining patient, making sure not to cough up the mistake yet once again. Now they've got numbers. They've got the substitutions that has come onto the field of play. Now they've got numbers on the short side. Saukuru. Straightening up. Saukuru is still going. Oh, the hooker. Looking for the support. It's knocked forward, is it? Yeah. It's gone backwards. Here's the referee. Still going. It's try. It's a try. It's a try. Yes, it is. And that is the team effort of the round. I say that because they've had to work from the other side of the pitch. Watch this. Ratukini Saukuru. Gospel may have thought that was knocked forward. The pickup from the outside center. Banuve still going. Gospel arguing that it was a knock forward. But that just may have cost them the game. 22 points to 19. The lead has changed for the third time. Kunarara in no rush to kick this conversion, taking his time. There seems to be a call from the assistant referee, so he's looking. Let's see what the call is here. The assistant referee has the right to make the call and take it back. So the TMO is making a decision, standing by. Let's see what the TMO is seeing right now. We'll throw that to the screen, because this game is putting Fiji on their feet right now. Let's take a look at the call right here, whether it's a knock-on. This is the call that Gospel has protested, whether that was a knock-on. The motion was moving forward. The rules says as long as the player is moving forward in the direction the ball has gone backwards, this is going to be a call for the TMO. Don't worry about the grounding. It's going to go back to that. Waiting for the referee. This is going to decide the fate of Bar Methodist to progress, or Gospel will. 1 minute remaining. Let's see what the call is now. The try has been awarded. Bar Methodist has been awarded the try, and that was a very good call from the TMO. Less than 60 seconds. Kunarara, who has marshaled his team out of the doldrums, has missed the conversion, and that'll take them back for a final restart. Gospel still has every opportunity in this game. It's not over until it's over. This will be the final play. It's all over! It's all over! An amazing comeback by Bar Methodist. After trailing at one time, 10 points to nil, come back to concede, to score 12 points. Then turnover. It was a seesaw battle. The lead changed 3 times. But the end of it, it's Bar Methodist High School who have created a major upset here, toppling Gospel High School, and they will come back to the national semi-finals next week after stopping a favorited Gospel